You have to forgive me a little bit because it's still a little bit surreal sitting with you
here. I understand.
One of the reasons it's surreal is because, man, about 13 years ago,
yes,
the whole world told me it was over for you.
Yes.
You were my favorite artist then, my favorite artist now.
Yes.
But I seen you go through a lot of trials and tribulations. You got locked up.
Yes.
You spent 13 years in prison.
13 years, man. 12 years, 10 months, days, man. 14 hours.
Listen, I would be here sitting with him for 5 hours if I got to do the backstory. So we do the backstory different time. We want to get up to the regular. For all my people, we got to get up to the. We got to bridge the story.
Yes.
His life is a whole 5-part movie.
Yes.
Let me ask you this question. September 30th, 2011. You get arrested at a hotel.
Yes.
At the time, I believe they had said that they put they say it was weed and some other stuff. I want to know your mindset then, because you were literally on top of the world.
Yes, I was.
What was your mindset even when that happened?
I mean, when I just got arrested, like you said, they arrested, they came into the room and they found some spliff. You know what I mean?
Did you have any, because, you know, even with some of the hip hop cases, they'd be like, oh, this guy knew he was going to get locked up. Did you have any idea?
No, I didn't. But they always locked me up. So when they came into the room that day, it was like, oh, whatever. Searched the room, found weed, small amount of weed. It was already rolled.
Yeah.
So they was like, oh, you're under arrest. I'm like, bro, whatever, man. So they brought me to the station. When they brought me to the station now, then the arresting officer comes back around after a few hours and says, yo, we're going to charge you for a murder. Huh? Yes. So initially, when the officer came into the room, he said to me, they're looking for shoes, which is like a nickname for guns. So they said they were looking for shoes, and I said.
So the officers used that word as a nickname too?
Yes, they used it.
Okay.
So I said the only shoes I have are those pair of Clarks, because I actually was in a pair of Clarks at the time.
Yeah. You had a big song called Clarks.
I had a big song called Clarks, and the officer was like, no, we're not looking for those shoes. Anyway, they didn't find any shoes, obviously. Then they found the weed, charged me, and a few hours later, while I'm at the station, they said they're going to charge me for murder.
There's an infamous video with, it looks like the media is filming you, but you're in cuffs like this. You had big, long dreads.
Yes.
And people, and I don't know if you noticed, did you feel like, well, this got to be more than just weed?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, like, because they were taking me to several houses that I owned or I used to live. So they brought me even to Portmore, where my mother used to live. They brought me to my mom's house. They brought me to 2 of my houses in Kingston. So I was like, nah, this can't be. This is bigger than it. And the media was literally driving behind us.
Right.
The whole way. That was crazy, though.
Were you nervous?
Never.
Really?
I can never be nervous, man. I don't know what that is.
You've been through the gamut. I remember before you got locked up. I remember when you go up on Cliff Hughes and you said, man, they're out to get me.
Yes.
You said they're out to get me, and I'm worried about my life, and I'm worried about my freedom.
Yes. That, funny enough, that was when I was being
harassed.
Yes, for want of a better word, I was being harassed, and allegedly because Movada and myself didn't do Sting. Remember?
Yeah,
and
I remember.
I kept my own party on the very same night.
That got shut down and raided.
That got shut down. It got raided, shut down. It was packed to capacity. You know what I mean? We even had to start charging like triple. Yeah, so it was crazy. And so ever since then, it's been a thing.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
You get locked up, they tell you, we're charging with murder.
Yes. But I still wasn't sweating it, because I'm like, they lock me up all the time and say, oh, we're investigating this or investigating that.
They were calling you, you know, Americans might not understand this term, but I help them understand it. They were calling you a Don at one point. And I remember you doing several interviews, and they said, well, Vybz Kartel is a Don. If you don't know what a Don is like someone who's like an area leader who has so much control, he would be essentially what the government would be for that area. So he would deliver crime. He would deliver law and order,
Yeah.
which means punishments or whatever. But he would move and operate like he's above the law.
Yeah.
You vehemently said at that time,
Yeah. I'm
that's not true. And I also said, because you said something that was so that was so profound. He said, how could I be that and I'm making and I have time to make music,
Yes,
do concerts?
exactly.
Didn't make sense to me.
Didn't make sense. But it's just the influence.
Okay.
That was the problem. The influence that Vybz Kartel has. You know what I mean? So that's why they try to label me as that. But I'm not. I'm just an influential person. So if I go into the community, everyone is gonna come. The good, the bad. You understand? The indifferent. So that's it.